everybody. I hope you're well. I cannot believe we are in September. It's crazy. I hope you've all had a really great summer. I can't believe it's done. It's crazy. We're September 2nd, and I've just ended up taking a break from my videos over the past month because I need a mental break. And we're jumping back in with manifestation. So I wanted to do the first video on manifestation today. And I was just listening to a masterclass on manifestation where the instructor talks about how life happens not for us, not against us, but through us. No, but from us. And I think that is so important because as we go along in life, of course, we pick up scar tissue, internal scar tissue from our experiences. And that affects the decisions we make, and it affects the filter through which we see life. And when we're trying to manifest something, I think it's really important to look at soul choices and also to look at what is being manifested now. Because I find it's really easy for people to say, oh, I manifested it wrong. What did I do wrong? But actually, every single manifestation we have is perfect for that time. Now, if you're not familiar with manifestation, that is using your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, because everything in life has vibration. It's using your energy and your vibration to bring in what you want. And it's not, I've read a lot about how the universe is like a cosmic ordering service. It's not a give and receive thing. It's not, when you think about, we talk a lot about gratitude, but you don't only get things by being grateful, for example, because then only grateful people would get what they want. And, the people who are not so grateful, but they're still getting good things too. So there's also that question about, but how do I get what I want? And a lot of it, I think, comes down to soul choice. And those are choices that are made. If you want to get woo-woo about it, it's about the choices that are made before we even are born. And they could be things like patience and forgiveness, betrayal maybe. So when you think that, that was manifested wrong, actually it wasn't. It was manifested from you. And as an example, I'm really into the work of Kyle Cease. It's just so eye-opening, the depth of the way that he looks at it. And his last name is Cease, Cease. He's got lots of videos on YouTube, and I'm part of his membership community. I love watching his work. And what he's talking about in a course or a video I was listening to over the weekend is that, say for example, that your biggest fear is debt. Well, of course, what's going to happen is that you will get into debt. And it's not that you manifested it with your fear. It's that was supposed to happen to you on a soul level. So we really want to have an awareness of our soul when we're creating. And we connect to our soul through our emotions. So what happens, for example, is take the experience of debt. That is created to show us that we can still work through it. We can still know in the backs of our minds that everything is going to be okay. And then we just start to roll with things. And we stay open to opportunities that help us to create enough money to get into financial freedom. You know what, it's actually, I was going to say to pay off our debt. But in a case like this, one thing I do want to be specific about is instead of trying to pay off your debt, you want to be creating financial freedom, because that is a higher vibration situation. And it also, you're focusing on creating wealth rather than the stress of paying off debt. So it's important to be aware of your emotions because they'll create different things for you. And well, you know what, it's a perfect example, in fact, because if you're in this low vibration space of fear, you're going to only be focusing on the debt. But if you're looking on this high vibration place of, look at all the opportunities. This is exciting. I want to feel powerful. This is my opportunity to show myself what I'm capable of. It becomes much more fun and much more her vibe. And then again, you align with things. So with manifesting, you are aligning with something. You're aligning. And some people say, what does it mean to actually align with a vibe? And this is where your filter comes into play. Because if your filter is life is against me, I'm never going to get it, look what happened last time, it didn't work out in my favor, then of course that's the filter you're going to use. But if you go deeper into yourself, into your emotional state, you get closer to yourself, you look at, I can see how that happened in my life in order for me to have a certain amount of growth around a topic, maybe forgiveness, let's say. Or you can say, I can see how I unconsciously created that because, it's always subconscious. We were creating it. Like, for example, a couple of years ago, I just could not get a client this day in my life. And I was living in Berlin, and I finally made the decision to just head back to Vancouver. And on a soul level, I manifested that. That was part of my life path, because it was telling me to come back to Vancouver. I had a nephew coming, and he's adorable. He's now my best friend. He's 18 months old, and I love hugging him. So it was life telling me to come back to Vancouver. So in the midst of all this, we think, oh, well, I manifested it wrong. But there is actually it's I think like a violin string in the background. Like there's a string that continues in the current of our whole life, and that's the undernote to our life, and that's the thing we really want to get to know, which is soul choice, and get closer to. It's very connected to our intuition and our emotions. So when we're trying to manifest something, it's not the superficial, I'm trying to manifest a parking space. And when I say superficial, that's like your beginner lesson, is to align with looking for the parking space, with the opportunities. And the way to align with that higher thought is, rather than waiting for the worst to happen, wait for the best to happen. Look for all the possibilities that are going to happen. And from A Course in Miracles, staying right-minded with the voice of the divine, like having the thoughts of the divine in your head. And therefore, if we start to see, okay, well, how is that happening through me? Or how did I make that choice? What is this trying to teach me? Then we're getting closer and closer in it's like being in the right same radio frequency. You're tuning in. You're tuning into, hi, whoever's joined. Oh, hello, Pero. How are you? It's so nice to have you come on. I hope you're well. If you have any questions, please pop them into the live feed. So yeah, what we want to be doing is aligning with this thinking that naturally helps us receive whatever we're asking for. It's like, it's not even hard work. It's not rocket science. We don't need to be doing anything. It's just by being in our being that things naturally are created for us and from us. So this thing about manifesting something wrong, I actually don't believe in, because it's always a soul choice that's come to us in order for us to grow. So my topic for the month of September is soul choice, or is manifestation. And I really come at it from this viewpoint of soul choices. And my question for you then, that I'm going to leave you with, is where in your life are you keeping that lens of your scar tissue, of whatever might have happened to you previously in your life, or that you haven't even opened the door towards because you have fear? And we all have it, and we're all worthy of working through it, and it's important to let go of it, and talk about it, or figure out a way to heal it, because that's the point, is to really come back to the people that we were when we were originally born, that very kind of pure energy. So look at the places where this filter that no longer serves you is still strong, and what can you do to let go of it? It could be, like I said, talking to somebody. It could be doing some energy healing work. It could be, I don't know if it's a physical thing. What is something that you can do to help yourself, like eating better, or doing some more exercise? And these are all simple things that you can do to help increase your vibration. And vibration is actually a whole other topic. I need to save it till next week. But be aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions on something, particularly about yourself, and also about how life gives you what you are asking for. And that is backstory. I've noticed I have this funny backstory about, of course, life is not going to work out in my favor. Of course, something is going to go wrong. And I'm really digging into that. So I'll give you some insights when I have them. But for now, please be aware of what yours are. I'd love to know. Please comment. Also, if you have any further topics about manifestation or questions about manifestation, please pop them in the questions below. I would love to answer them. And I look forward to connecting with all of you. And Piero, thank you for watching. I hope you're well. Take good care. Bye.